Wanted to talk to y'all about this blog I seen or whatever, Facebook Live that Matt Illz did, where he explained why he sold Grindtime and that he sold Grindtime and all this shit. So, I see some people are tuning in. Let me see if I can find this fucker on my computer so that I can blast out the link and get some more people in here. And then we will get started chopping this fucking... Yo, hello, Sam. We'll get started chopping this Matt Illz fable. I actually wrote down shit. I took notes while I was watching this thing because it began to be so absurd that I was like, oh, we gotta chop this fable. So, let's see if I can find this live video and then repost this link, and then we'll get into this shit. I don't know. I guess I can't. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Why don't you guys go ahead and let everybody know I'm doing this live now, and they'll see it later. I don't give a fuck. So, yeah. Matt Illz, selling Grindtime, made a blog. And in this blog, he said a bunch of crazy-ass shit. And I thought that it would be... it wouldn't be cool if we just, like, let it rock like that. If we're just like, okay, Matt Illz sold Grindtime. Let's forget about this douchebag. Let's focus on all this crazy shit that he said. So he started off the blog by he was like explaining what the people that purchased Grindtime now can do with Grindtime, like what the value of the company is. And in the process of doing this, basically he ran down like this list of achievements that they did, like that Matt Illz was responsible for, like in the wake of Grindtime's heyday, Grindtime then, as we like to call it, when people gave a fuck about Grindtime. So, yeah, what up? So yeah, he started listing these things, and the first thing that made me like run and grab a pencil and be like, I have to write this shit down, was he said, Lionsgate Films was in the process of developing a documentary chronicling the life in battle rap of Spider Murphy. And I was like, whoa! I was like, oh, hold on, let me get a ran, grab that pen real fast. We gotta write this shit down. Okay, Lionsgate, they got a Lionsgate Spider Murphy documentary in the can. So that's there. I don't know why Lionsgate didn't go ahead and follow through with putting that fucking masterpiece out. All the people who are fucking begging to see Spider Murphy get it. So yeah, that was the first thing. He talked about them doing the first VR battle, but in the process of him explaining that they did the first VR battle, he was like, the company that hit us up to do the VR battle, they had done it with like a smaller league before, and then they flew out and did a whole event with us, and that whole shit is in the can. Like, that's, we have all this amazing VR footage. And then he went on to explain how, like, the reason that shit didn't come out or whatever is because VR didn't hit as hard as the industry had assumed, as people had assumed, so there wasn't as much of a demand for it. Or it was just a bunch of fucking Spider Murphy battles that you had filmed in VR, and nobody wants to see that. You know what I mean? Like, if you had a fucking good battle filmed in VR, people would want to see it. But again, this VR shit, this is like this whole hot air balloon mentality that fucking Matt Illz has, where it's like there's always got to be some like extra shit to battling. And I guess like he kind of goes on to explain a little later like why that is, but hold on, I'm not done running down the list of fucking achievements. He goes on to say that they brought Illegal back from the old school Grindtime days. I don't know if you remember Illegal, but he was the guy who liked to call people faggots and then got caught like with pictures online of him kissing boys. It's like, so that dude, they brought him back, you know what I mean, as a poster boy, probably to face off against Spider Murphy in the first ever, except not really first ever, VR battle. In the can, boys. You guys purchased Grindtime, you got that shit. That's yours. But he also said that they, Grindtime, under the heavy tutelage of Matt Illz, was the first urban platform to be on country music television. For fucking what? Why? What? It's fucking retarded. Like, why are you posting that as one of the fucking your magical achievements? Okay. And then he gets to the real, like, meat of the situation where he's talking about, basically he says that the reason that he sold Grindtime is because battle rap is dying or dead, or that it's reached his glass ceiling. And that's the shit where you're just like, all right, well, now you're fucking being offensive. You know what I mean? Like, just because your shitty, like, reality show slash hot air balloon slash VR fucking Spider Murphy fur coat extravaganza shit isn't popping off the way that you assumed it was, how are you going to go ahead and say, like, okay, well, I'm selling this company now because it's fucking battle rap is dying. You know what I mean? Like, meanwhile, fuck everything. I mean, shit. He's talking about how there's no breakout stars from battle rap, but then he mentions that Conceited's on TV. Well, Dumbfounded is also on TV and has, you know, music videos with tons of views, fucking, as well as any other, like, non-battle related artist. And then you know, you got MTV shooting fucking pilot episodes of whatever battle shit, like they're not in the industry. Fucking all these battle rappers getting flown to LA to write battle lyrics for talk shows for fucking celebrities to battle each other. But battle rap is dying, right? There's no industry appeal in it for sure. All right, Matt Illz, tell us why it's dying. I actually put up a video of him saying that, explaining why the 16-bar challenge, his 16-bar challenge, is better than battle rap because, and then he went on to list like a bunch of reasons that his 16-bar battle rap is better than battle rapping. Woo! So my first, like, thing that popped into my head was, like, 16-bar challenge. Explain to me how your 16-bar challenge is different from what Team Backpack does. And he went on later to touch on that because someone in the comments, obviously, like, no one's just going to let him rock for fucking 75 minutes talking about this idea that basically this other league has been, or this other entertainment entity has been executing well for years now. You know what I mean? He's like, oh, well, our 16-bar challenge is different because when Team Backpack came to town, they hit up a well-known rapper they know and asked him what rappers should be on their cypher. Get the fuck out of here. Are you serious? Like, but he went on to be like, oh, it's a competition. Like, for us, like, anybody can try out and anybody can be on our platform or whatever, and that's what it's about. It's not about inclusion. Well, it should be about putting on the best fucking rappers and not just anybody. That's not a great platform unless you're you're trying to be like a tryout platform. But if you're trying to put out quality entertainment, yeah, maybe don't just let anybody fucking do it. And then also, Team Backpack does the Mission Underground shit where they actually do let everybody try out. They have a competition. So how is it fucking different, Matt Illz? He went on to say that he would go on and brand these MCs that come through his 16-bar competition beyond just the battle and help them create merchandise and tour and all this shit. All of Matt Ill's fucking branding genius, you know what I mean? This is the man responsible for putting Grindtime on country music television and you know, almost securing a Spider Murphy documentary through Lionsgate Films. Oh my fucking god, the shit is crazy. He said battle rap's dead because rappers rap for too long. He mentioned Diz specifically. He said disaster rambles. Fools don't want to see that. Because all these disaster battles are lacking in views, huh? No one's paying to see that shit. No one's coming to those events when disaster's on the card. What the fuck are you talking about? And that's why battling's dead. Because fools aren't rapping in minute intervals. They're not doing 16 bars. Fools are rapping for too long. And it like ultimately, like, what he was saying was, it was like, all right, we did all the bars. Now let's hear these fools rap on beats. Are you fucking, that's retarded. It's backwards. We rapped on beats, remember? That's how battle rap started. We rapped on beats, and then we stopped rapping on beats because we realized that it gave us more freedom to bar out. But all the bars are done, right? There's no more new talent. Fools need to start rapping on beats and get down with the Matt Illz platform, and then he can fucking brand you, bro. He can make you the next Spider Murphy. Woo! That shit's hot. He said Thesaurus would get mopped on a beat. He went on, like, specifically, be like, I'm not talking shit, but Thesaurus would get mopped on a beat. Do you fucking remember when Thesaurus won Scribble Jam where you had to rap over a beat? Twice, I think? What the fuck? But he'd get mopped on a beat, though. Matt Illz, weren't you in Scribble Jam? Remember all those times you didn't win? But that fool would get mopped on a beat. Let me tell you, like, just real quick before I shut this thing down, my experience with Matt Illz as far as Grindtime is concerned. Everything that I know of Grindtime to be what it was, what made it great, had nothing to do with that motherfucker. Ever. Never once did I conduct business with that fool. In the beginning, it was all through Lush. And even if I dealt with anyone outside, it was Cap Callis or Direct. I never talked to Matt Illz. By the time I did deal with Matt Illz, it was when paid dues rolled around. And it was literally because I was the last person that was willing to fuck with him on that level. I was the last one that was down to go out and do a battle for him. And for me, it was all about the platform. It was all about paid dues. And in that one experience, he showed his true colors like a motherfucker. We were there to battle, right? There was it was me and Johnny Storm versus me and Johnny, not on a team, but me versus Isaac Knox and Johnny Storm versus Real Talk. You know, these were the battles that he was equipped to book. I mean, these were the battles that he decided to put on paid dues when he still had that platform. The last like great thing that Grindtime had, instead of putting on, you know, like these crazy big matchups that are just happening now, like fucking Arsenal and Iron Solomon, or you know what I mean, Pat Stay and Big K, all these amazing matchups, and whoever at that time would have been best. Instead of like putting some money towards that, whatever money was coming from Guerrilla Union or paid dues, whatever money he could get from sponsors, whatever. Instead of putting money to that, this motherfucker decides he's going to put on me and Isaac Knox and Johnny Storm and Real Talk, which is just basically like that's what he could afford. And they had set aside trailers for the battlers. It was 2 trailers. There was a trailer, and I think initially the idea was it was going to be a trailer for Isaac Knox and Real Talk, and then a trailer for me and Johnny Storm. You know what I mean? So we could relax and wait until our battle happened. But this fucking guy, Matt Illz, even though he's like working the event and like he can go in the trailer where all the like staff goes, he puts one of the trailers for himself. One of the trailers says Matt Illz, the other trailer says Battlers. So all 4 of us in one trailer hanging out together before we battle. Matt Illz gets a trailer by himself. That's fucking Matt Illz for you. And I specifically remember Murs coming around and like saying what's up to everybody and being like, look, like, this fool got a trailer? All right, cool shit. That was my one experience with him as far as like business went. And I remember thinking that vividly, like, why the fuck didn't this dude like use this last hurrah of Grindtime, you know, or this last big platform to like save this shit, you know what I mean, or to shine some positive light, because it had just been a bunch of like negative fucking shit going around about all these like small events and battlers not getting paid and all this shit. Battlers not getting paid a lot, and this fool talks a lot in this blog about like how he can pay artists, but he never pays anybody. And you're gonna fucking do beat competitions? Whose beats are you gonna license? Shitty producers, because fools that make good beats are gonna want something from you. Like Team Backpack offers a platform. A lot of producers have made a name off of that shit. The 16 bar challenge, you don't even have the Grindtime fucking channel anymore, so there's no platform behind that shit. That shit's better than battle rap though, as a whole.